Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on the bottom right side is Red Aztec with MildOsprey 5427. Spawn on top left side is the blue British. We have Canadian, who may revolt to the Canadians. That would definitely fit his name.
Yes, monument.
He has like the what was it, Elizabeth skin? I forget, what was the hero's name? Elizabeth, right? The lion likes to stare. That's definitely more of a Native American name. And over here, do have a foreign name. No deck selected just yet, and we do have a deck selected. It is a foreign name. Parentheses, foreign name of a deck. It includes villagers, High Priest of Exilton, Kalmaka. Remember, I am horrible pronouncing any sort of name. Villagers, Wood Coin, Warrior Priest, Coyote Runners, Coyote Tactics, Boomer Spearmen, Slingers, Trading Posts, Mayan Allies, Villagers, Wood, Coyote Runners, Eagle Runner Knights, Knight Hit Points, Knight Attack, Arrow Knights, Gold Knights, Aztec Mining, Temple, the Eagle Runner Knight Temple, Infinite Slingers, and the Great Kimpantanya. Chimpanana? Chimpanpa? Chinapa. Chinapa. Oh, I butchered that. I really have to sit down and look at... Sorry about that. I really have to sit down and look at the names before me to understand it. We do now have the land deck for the British. We got Settlers, Town Militia, Greenwich Time, Woodwood Coin, Longbone, Musketeers, Scots Guards, Team Grenadier Guards, Cavalry Hit Point, Advanced Arsenal, Wood Coin, Bowmen, Yeomen, Siege Artillery, or Siege Archery, blah. Musketeers, Coldstream Guards, Hussars, Cavalry Combat, Falconets, Rockets, Factory. He sees his opponent plan to go for what appears to be Eagle Runner Knights and Slingers overall. Maybe with some Arrow Knights and Skull Knights mixed on in. In other words, Longbowmen will be effective versus those Eagle Runner Knights. Against Slingers, Longbowmen will be neutrally effective. So I think a Longbowman would be a good item. Though his opponent does have some Coyote Runner stuff, so I gotta be careful about them. Red will be taking out the local doggo and steal his horseradish, which is planning to feed his pups with. You monster. Now we got the villagers now built and going for the governor. His opponent is aging up with the warrior. The warrior should give him out a free war hut, Travis, right? As well as improve their health and damage. So the Aztec player may be eyeing a bit of aggression. Bear gets sniped. We'll be trying to steal the bear's peasant weaponry of Muka Rebellion. These bears have the right to be armed. Bear arms. Oh, we also got a war hut here, so he's maybe eyeing for a double war hut opener. These villagers in the front line can also collect the wood on the front line. There's also a handful of elk here. Over here, we do have the market being deployed and out, as well as a house, or a manor, I should say. Manor house. War hut is now complete. He may want to have the rally point set to this area to get the war hut built on the front line. And he gets... Oh, the warrior is actually Skull Knights. I'm mistaken with the other one. So he's actually gone for a Skull Knight opener. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Skull Knights have excellent siege damage of 72. And he also used the big button there to get the Jaguar Prowler Knights. So we do have a bit of a rush here of the heavy infantry. This one's going for has got an outpost, going for a barracks now, going for a shipment of wood. Longbone be particularly good, so maybe a good idea to mix in some Coyote Runners. He's bringing Puma Spear, which offer more good siege damage. Jaguar Prowler Knights have good siege damage at 36. The Puma Spearmen have excellent siege damage at 42. And the Skull Knights have incredibly good siege damage. This force is highly threatening to buildings. He needs to get out some longbowmen or musketeers. Pretty much anything will do. So Dragon Prowl Knights will do building damage versus musketeers. Town Militia, that's probably a good idea. So he's going for the Town Militia card, not the actual militia. That outpost did not last very long. He does have a single longbowman here, getting some decent damage. Dragon Prowl Knights now start whacking him. There's the militia. Militia offer good damage. Also, they're not classified as heavy infantry, so Dragon Prowl Knights won't do bonus damage against them. But as they start getting whittled down, the Skull Knights AoE can rip apart a whole formation of them. I think he's gotten too many of these escorts here. I always think it's better for the warrior priest, or not the warrior priest, the Aztec war chief to kill them to get extra experience. The longbow being shipped on in. Do now the Hochland Javeliers. And of course, that is a shipment of 11, though it does cost a bit of coin. Another round slingers are being brought on in. And this is another quite powerful force now advancing. We got some militia. We know he has the town militia, so we can bring in conscription. Doesn't have enough coin for conscription. Bring a shipment of longbowmen. That would be very useful. All this is heavy infantry. The militia do offer good damage output as well. Longbowmen's bonus damage against heavy infantry is only 25%, so it's not too particularly good, but they do have good attack speed. Right now, the militia actually higher. I suppose the longbowman with the higher attack speed does offer higher DPS. Another round of longbowmen there. Now we got a round of pikemen. Pikemen put against the guy Hody runner that's got on the field. Slingers would do good damage against the pikemen. Pikemen not a good option. Pikemen's melee damage is horrendously bad, honestly. Now I got a shipment of musketeers being brought on in, trying to pull out some more longbowmen. Needs more wood. Town Center, of course, has improved damage, 135 damage per strike, which is more enough to one-shot those the slingers. Javeliers will still take 2 shots, but none of them are actually quite wounded, aren't they? He's lost almost all of his siege-capable units, so it's going to take a long time to take out those barracks. In fact, Town Center will force back all these units. He needs another round of Puma Spearmen. Got some Coyote Runners.
Yes.
Musketeers will be decent, though they receive bonus damage from those slingers. Slinger bonus damage is ×2, has increased attack speed like the longbowman.
Commandment.
The Explorer does get brought back on up. Explorer may want to push a little bit farther forward, or at least stay in defense. Maybe you can bring the musketeers here, pick up the local doggo, and steal his horseradish. Another round of longbowmen being put on the field, very nice. And looks like the Aztec mayor may be moving down here. And now the Aztec players are starting to switch to warrior priests, starting to get that production up going. In order to get the warrior priests to really start going, you need to go with the shipment of war priests first, in my opinion. Warrior priests. Or the warrior priests to help them get warrior priests. Because right now, every 3 minutes for a warrior priest, not really worth it. It'd be better to go for the experience. It's like 1 experience per second. And I suppose at the current rate. Villager takes some damage. Villager will go down. Blue has an adequate defense force. But the whole thing is about any sort of defense force, it needs to be in a defensive position. War Chief has been brought back on up. That can get it bled off for a good amount of experience. Much experience donated to the Brits. The Aztecs almost have enough for another shipment. I do say the triple warrior priest is all he should go for. Now I got a shipment of coyote runners. Nope, cancels that. Yep, he's going for a shipment of warrior priests. He was going for some manor house there, so the British player is eyeing for a bit of a manor boom. Has 10 villagers on wood and 10 villagers on food. Going for a pikeman. He does have a pointy stick. This coyote's lounging around. Has a nice little wolf pup here. His pup is nice and safe in there. You can see the mom here trying to play with the wolf pup. The dash is lying around, tired. Another manor house now being built. Shipment of coin being brought in for the Brits. Both players still age 2. Age 3 on the way for the what's it called? Aztecs. Going for the Elder, which I always get all these ones mixed up. I can never put the politicians and council members to what they actually do. This one may give them the 2 noble long houses. Noble huts. And he is doing a good job of stealing his opponent's coin deposit here. Who's now advancing forward with a sizable army. You can always bring the next 2 big buttons for more Jaguar Prowler Knights. That may be a good idea. Most of the stuff is heavy. They will get countered somewhat by the Longbowmen. If he's back on off, maybe abandon this region. If he is going for the 2 noble long house huts, it'd be pretty safe to go for it back there. I'm not sure what he got out. He did replace the noble huts back there. Slinger's trying to get ripped apart, and now Blue's going to be pushed his way forward. Noble hut Travises need to be deployed. Get those built. It's not an instant build. It needs the units. The warrior priest, he has 7 on the field. He may need to go for experience trickle right now, rather than try and go for anything else. He also needs to eye those big buttons from the town center to get the Jaguar Prowler Knights. He should be able to afford them both. I think there are 400 food and gold and 400 food, wood, and gold. But you may be eyeing for a faster industrial. I don't think Eagle Runner Knights would be super great in this situation. Longbowmen will counter them. Pikemen as well. Probably a good idea to go. Mass Slingers probably still be the best option, but he doesn't have access to the barracks or the war hut. I love how you. I really wish they fixed it so you can rally the community plaza onto the community plaza to get those warrior priests immediately working. And I also wish once they get up maxed out, it just auto tasks to perhaps experience. Experience is probably a good one to task automatically too. The messenger, I think that's the fast age up, yep. He may immediately have to go for the shipment of slingers. He may want to start getting, he does have all 10 warrior priests here. He may want to start eyeing to get the Skull Knights rolling. Even though Skull Knights are technically countered by longbowmen that being classified as heavy, they are just really good. We see Skull Knight production. And of course the Warrior Priest rallied down to the asking the wrong thing. Or not retask. Wood lumber ceremony. Shipment slingers. Azars being put on the field. Skull Knights would be very useful against them. Bring a shipment slingers. The adventurer is now being researched, and now here comes Skull Knights. He could start rallying new villagers onto the plaza. Nope, he's tasking over a bunch of villagers over here now. 8 plus 11, so he's going to have 19. Shimmer Slingers there. We do now have the War Hut being built out. Probably primarily for the Guard and then, or the Elite and then Champion upgrade for the Slingers. At 25. Skull Knights are producing every 9.8 seconds. That course be improved by additional 10% Warrior Priest with the High Priest Exilton. Got these forces pushed by forward. There's also Parafalconet, so he's going to need to get out the... Oh, got a move order here. Azars do find a good flank. Has one Skull Knight remaining, which does do great versus cavalry, but he's just simply way outnumbered. More Skull Knights charge way forward. He needs to get the Arrow Knights. There's an Arrow Knight big button on the Noble Hut he can perhaps utilize. Skull Knights engaging. Of course, the Skull Knight just simply getting overwhelmed by numbers. Got Veteran Hussars. More Skull Knights being deployed on out. Going for the Elite Slinger. Azar's slowly being whittled down, but he's not doing anything else other than just Skull Knights. He has most of his villagers on wood. And I think the Aztec player's lost. He doesn't have any defense. His economy is in the gutter. He's put too many villagers onto the plaza. He has basically no food income. And that poor movement there just got him picked off. If he had not moved out there, he would have been just fine. Or more likely to be fine, because then he can start fighting and get more Skull Knights mixed. Because one problem he had was a lack of Skull Knights. Another problem was he was in general move order forward, so they basically got annihilated. And right now, the Skull Knights getting one-shot by these longbowmen. Yep, this game's over. There's some champion slingers, which they should do quite well. But everything's just dying. I think he's just AFK at this point. And ready casting GG. It's Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.